Move up from 4th place in the standings. A victory would vault them into a situation where they would be playing a playoff game against the United States. And not the Soviet Union, who are already locked up in 1st place. Puck comes to the side of the net. Stelnov is there. And as he takes a bump at the side of the net, it is held in there by Tuchnik. And we'll have a face-off. Well, Glenn Sather, I wonder if he slept well last night. He seems to be a fairly calm individual, but he's facing probably one of the biggest games of his life, including the Stanley Cup tonight.
Well, he probably slept a little better after that performance Team Canada had against Czechoslovakia. The fans are behind the Team Canada here tonight. You know, we had the Oilers back in front of their hometown crowd, and that's going to help them, I'm sure.
Quick shot right off the face-off by Bossy. It comes out to center ice. Makarov trying to break free. Back over the line comes Lowe, but there was a player trapped inside the line. John Tonelli is called for a face-off. A moment ago, you saw the results of the final games of the opening round. As we look at the coach of the Soviet national team, Vladimir, or at least Viktor Tiyanov. That means that Sweden has defeated Czechoslovakia 4-2, and Czechoslovakia goes winless throughout the tournament. Clearly, one of the worst showings Czechoslovakia has had in international hockey in years. They came here with a very young team, a building team, and they've got a ways to go yet. That's Kevin Lowe. Just at his line to Bork. Bork ahead now. Tonelli hustles over the line with it, but it is poked away from him by Starikov. Back out to center ice. Sutter back in for Lowe. Lowe in his own zone now. Back is Bork. Sitting in his own zone. Schwartzhoff in there. Forechecking as Lowe moves up. And Tonelli following up, and he clears it rink wide, and it's deflected down into the Soviet zone. Coming out of his own zone now to center ice for the Soviet Union is Barnikov. He shoots it in. Robinson's there. Turning in his zone is Robinson. Ahead for Peter Stastny. Stastny now moving through center ice. Stastny hitting the line. Stastny now feeds it back near the line. It's flipped by Randy Gregg into the corner. A bouncing puck. Glenn Anderson couldn't knock it down. The Soviets come right back out. This is the Gorky line at center ice now. Koven over the line. Koven squirts off in front of the net, and they clear it right through everybody. Now here's Vilya Letinov. Clears into the side of the net. Now after it is Koven. Around behind the net. Koven looking for a man in the corner with Robinson on top of him. Robinson knocks him down. Puck is under a few bodies there, and it's called for a face-off. No score in the game. A minute 33 gone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Here's a shot from the blue line, and it changed directions and speed right in front of Reggie Lemelin. And he had to be very alert, steered it into the corner, and wound up in the crowd.
Reggie Lemelin said earlier that he has to challenge the players, the Soviet players. He played the exhibition game against them, gave up 5 goals, and he felt that he wasn't challenging them enough. He makes a good quick pad save, butterfly style.
Good deflection there by Koven that's caused the change of direction. Gretzky's out there for Canada. Coffey has the puck. Gretzky along with Goulet and Middleton. Middleton deflects it into the Soviet zone. Back to get it now is Pervukin along the boards. Hitting it up against the boards is Charlie Huddy, moving in there as well as Goulet, and it comes out over center ice, and Coffey will cut back into his own zone for it. Coffey behind his own net, just stopped up back there now. It's cruising around inside the zone is Svetlov. At center ice now, Svetlov gets the pass. Takes a hit there from Coffey. Gets the puck rolled loose into the Team Canada zone. Charlie Huddy skating along his line out to Coffey. Coffey now taps it ahead for Goulet. A hit intended for Gretzky, and he just couldn't knock that down. Pervukin back inside his zone. Along the boards. Cleared back behind the net by Svetlov. Out to center ice, and Coffey's got it. Coffey. Huddy. Huddy just drifting it in there from center ice. Past Tishnik, the goaltender. Bounces back in front of the net where Billy Letdinov shoots it into the corner now. Out at center ice come the Soviets. Down over the line, the drop pass way offside on the far side with Semenov. And on that offside call, we'll have a face-off outside the Team Canada blue line. Well, there is Tiyanov. Fellow who's had this team. Actually, he was a defenseman in the Soviet National League. Played with Dynamo for years. Retired in 1966. Went to Riga and coached Dynamo Riga. Had a great player in Riga, and the two of them went up to the national team together. That great player was Helmut Balderas. Riga, of course, and the Latvian Republic, Soviet Union. Low out at center ice now, trying to knock it down is Kasatonov. He does finally tap it back. Kevin Lowe back to make the check just at his line. Bork clears it out to center ice. It flicks off the glass. There's a race for the puck now. Down over the line. That's Gartner. Gartner behind the net. Checked off the puck very neatly there. Has the tone off. The shot is wide. Is moving in is Bourne. Bourne tried to hook it out in front to Eiserman. And again, the Soviets control. Zubkov out at center ice now. Down over the line for the Soviets is Koshevnikov. He is checked off the puck. Good fight defense here by Team Canada. Out at center ice now, Bourne. To Eiserman. Eiserman ducks the check neatly. Gets in over the line. But it's hooked away from him by Vasilyev. Now against the boards. The lead pass, Gimaev. Gimaev out of center ice. Deflected past Vasilyev. Robinson cutting across. But it is Gartner who taps it back to the defense. Out at center ice now, Bork. Bork shooting it in now. Tonelli racing after that. Bork scoops off the ice by Tishnik. Holds on. We'll have a face-off. No score in the game. 3:48 gone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Nice try by John Tonelli. The puck shot in. And these boards are very fast in the Edmonton Coliseum. It comes right out to him. He slaps it. Tishnik is alert. He's out at the top of his crease and makes a great glove save.
Leonov giving somebody a lecture on the bench. He's been known to do that during hockey games. He walks in front of the players. You don't see that very often, but he's right there, and he's talking all the time during a hockey game. Here's Makarov bringing it out to center ice. That rink-wide pass over 2 lines to Shipalev. And we'll have a face-off back inside the blue line. And as we look down there at the newcomer, Shipalev, on that line at least. A reminder, this program is broadcast under rights granted by Hockey Canada and the NHL Players Association, protected by copyright, and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of this program without the express written permission of the CTV Television Network and TV Labatt is forbidden. Makarov trying to get out of the zone. Puck is hooked free, but Stelnov is back there. Ahead for Karutov. Karutov at center ice off the stick of Shipalev. And now a rink-wide pass to Tonelli, and that's intercepted as Shipalev was coming back. Shipalev in his own zone now. Starikov. That's it in front of the net, and Bossy doing a great forechecking job, just deflected that wide. Shipalev at center ice. And the pass was away from Makarov and back near his line now. Starikov at center ice. Robinson stepped up into him. Karutov's like a tank. He didn't even lose balance. Here's Karutov with a shot. Now it comes Messier, and it's checked away from him. Back to the line. Shipalev. He shoots it in. Lemeline's out of the net now. Robinson there feeds it ahead. Out at center ice now, and it's Canada. Stosny's got the puck. Messier coming in over the line. Also Bossy. Bossy in his skates. He couldn't get a good shot at it. And it's finally checked away from him, and out at center ice, Coffey. To the line. Messier deflecting it in. Back come the Soviets. Pervukin out at center ice. Huddy. Coffey on this side. Coffey ahead. That is backhanded. Huddy again to Coffey. Coffey off the boards, past everybody. Pervukin will go back for it, but the dog played right at the net by Tishnik. That is around the board. Good check in there. Some good thumping going on in this game early on. Stosny looking for a man. He's got Messier in front if he can find him. Stosny still with that puck. On top of him is Colvin in there. It's clear behind the net. And Messier trying to get loose. Now Stosny's upended. Now at the side of the net, out comes Colvin. Colvin with that lead pass at center ice. Schwartzoff. Schwartzoff dropping it back, and Barnikov didn't see it. 2-line pass to Stosny through center ice. We'll have a face-off inside the blue line.
The Team Canada is doing a fine job of standing up in the blue line. When Larry Robinson and Randy Gray were out there, they were standing up the Soviet forwards before they could get inside the line to start cutting across and making those little drop passes, which they like to do.
Which shows, I would think, when you see the defenseman standing up, a faith in the back checkers coming back, because you've got to get some help.
Exactly. If you don't have the back checkers coming back, the other forwards can make you look awful bad.
Well, we got Simonov out there now, along with Svedlov and Yashin for the Soviet Union. For Canada, it's Gretzky, Goulet, Middleton. At center ice, Middleton hooking it free to Gretzky. Middleton again overskated it. And back out of center ice now. There's a good check in the center ice zone, and there's going to be a penalty called as the puck comes into the Team Canada zone. And so Canada will have to kill off a penalty here in the first period. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Kevin Lowe steps up here on the Soviet forward Shepelov and sticks his knee out. The referee was right there to call him.
And it is Lowe for tripping at 5:59. Puck's in the corner. Larry Robinson digging it out. Why, he has played such good hockey for Canada here. Gretzky coming out of the zone. We got a 2-on-1. Down over the line with Messier. Gretzky, Messier! And he couldn't get the pass as Yashin was back. they're back checking. At center ice now. They shoot it back into Team Canada territory. In there is Semenov. Back out to the blue line now. Kept in by Kazatonov. Over to the point on the far side. Zubkov, his shot straight on. Rebound. His shot wide. That's Kudlov. Now on the board. Yashin. Back out to the blue line. On this side, that's Kazatonov, number 7. Gretzky checking on him. Puck hops over the glass, and we'll have a face-off in the Team Canada zone.
Well, Canada took a few penalties against the Soviets in the exhibition game that cost them, and they can't afford to take too many penalties early in the hockey game.
Well, you're going to see a lot of this man, well-respected, Viktor Tiyanov. He is just the 5th Soviet coach since 1946 when they entered international hockey. Can you name the 5?
No idea.
Well, you know some of them, Darrell. 5 is tough to come up with. Here's Raymond Bourque coming out of them. Then he overskated the puck. Stelnov, rink wide inside the zone. Gimayev in his zone now, and Tonelli checking. The Soviets have had problems getting this thing underway here. 1 minute exactly remaining in the power play as Gimayev nailed to the boards by Sutter deep inside the zone. Out at center ice now. Koshevnikov off the boards. He gets it again. They're not getting too far across center ice. Koshevnikov back inside the zone now. Circling in his end is Vasilyev. Now Koshevnikov out at center ice. That pass is for Stelnov. He's over the line. It's wristed back out to center ice by the defense. Now they try to regroup again with 30 seconds left in the power play. They look for that chance. They will play tic-tac-toe, move it around until the opening comes. That's Gimayev shooting it in. On the boards on this side, digging it out is Vasilyev. And he loses it to Gretzky, who cuts in front of his own net with 15 seconds left in the power play. It's Coffey. Gretzky straight up the middle. Here's his shot, and it's off the stick of Starikov, and it winds up in the corner. Soviets again, 5 seconds left in the power play. Out near the blue line, the rink-wide pass. Kurutov down to the line now. Kurutov circling around Raymond Bourque, looking for the man in the slot, and he is chased off the puck as Bourque stuck with him. Now out at center ice comes Coffey. The penalty is over. Coffey hitting the line, and he hit the linesman right at the blue line. Picking it up now is Bourne. His shot is blocked at the defense. Gregg at center ice for Canada. Ahead for Bourne. Gardner hustling it after that. Tishnik let it go right by, and Gardner's in after it as Canada makes the change. Gardner freelancing inside the Soviet zone now and is pinned against the boards. Soviets start out now. Ilya-Letdinov shooting it in. Robinson's back there. Robinson behind his net now, being checked by Kurutov. Against the boards. Gardner cutting in front of his own net. Here he comes. Up to center ice comes Gardner. Gardner along with Yzerman to the line. He shoots it in. Along the boards as Gardner was upended. Messier moves in. Messier kicks it along the board. Still has that puck. Now moving after it. Yzerman drops it off. Gardner now along the boards. Yzerman jamming up against the boards now as they try to hold it in there. Kurutov now hooks it out to center ice and then took a big hit from Robinson. Back at his blue line, Gregg. Ahead for Messier. Canada completing the change now. That lead pass. Messier trying to hit Yzerman right at the line. Yzerman heads for the bench for the Soviets. Out at center ice. Trying to move it ahead is Varnikov. Messier at center ice. He moves over the line now. Messier still with that puck. Drops it back. Nice play. Here's Yzerman, and he banned on it. Under a little checking pressure from Coben. Coben around the board. Warsaw. Coben is upended. There's going to be another penalty. Kosty's got the puck at center ice. An elbowing penalty going to Canada. And Kevin Lowe is headed to the penalty bench once again.
So the Soviet player is in great pain there. That was a great check. I think it was Messier that hit the guy. He had his head down. He was looking at Anderson, tugging on him, and Messier comes in and throws a stiff body check. Catches him maybe with a little elbow in the head, but the referee, Olsen, was a little delayed in calling that penalty.
Well, sometimes you get that reaction after somebody, but there was a lot of elbow in that, and for that reason, we've got the penalty, and it is Messier who's in the penalty box.
Coben, he's noted to be a pretty tough player. They talk about him being somewhat of a Bobby Clark. He's very tough on face-offs, and he's a tough worker. He checks all the time. That one hurt.
Coben, by the way, is the all-time active penalty leader in the Soviet Union himself. And took a shot. He doesn't play too many World Championship games. He takes too many penalties in the thinking of the Soviet hierarchy, including Viktor Tikhonov, the coach. But he comes over and plays these series regularly. We're used to seeing that line from Gorky with Koven and Sportsov and Barnikov.
Koven's played in the 76, the Canada Cup, the 81 and the 84, and also the 79 Challenge Cup. So he's been over in our North American rinks in pretty well every series.
Well, the first Olympics he ever played in was Sarajevo, and he's a veteran. At 30 years of age. So face-off at center ice, Canada with a 2-minute penalty to Messier for elbowing at 9:35. Now we've got some delay here as Kazatonov is talking to referee Doug Olson. Face-off, I think, is going to take place very close to the center ice spot. Gerard Gauthier, the linesman, calls everybody to center. So Canada shorthanded. Semenov on the power play along with Svetlov and Yashin. And Tonelli out there to kill off the penalty along with Sutter, Bork, and Kevin Lowe. Off the boards now, moving it ahead to the line, and Semenov stops on that play, and Kazatonov will have to go back for it, but Tonelli's trying to out-hustle him in there. Tonelli gets the line on the puck. Tonelli now battling for it against the boards. It goes out in front of the net. There's nobody there. Now Tonelli kicks it free. Sutter digging it loose against the boards. Back now inside Canada territory as Lowe has it. Lowe flipping it ahead. Tonelli tried to knock it down because he got behind Vladimir Zubkov. Now once again, it's the Soviets. Svetlov at center ice. Bourne had him lined up. Stolen by Gretzky. Gretzky coming in over the line. Kazatonov reaching for him. That's it out of midair, but he shot it wide. Bourne in against the boards now. Svetlov out near the blue line, and it comes out to center ice with 1 minute remaining in the power play. Raymond Bourque inside his own zone. Tapped back to him by Gretzky. Bourque again clearing it through center ice past everybody, and Stelnoff will have to go back into his own zone and get it. Now the Soviets on the attack. Karutov to the line now as they crisscross. Here's his shot. He scores! Rukov on a power play with 38 seconds left, and it's 1-0 Soviets.
Rutov picked that puck up at center ice, had lots of speed. The Team Canada defenseman got caught inside the blue line a little bit, backed in, and he just has all the time in the world to shoot it right over the shoulder of Reggie Lemela.
So Karutov gets the goal. He's got a great shot over top of Reggie's shoulder.
The Team USSR goal scored by
Given maybe a little too much time to get set to shoot that puck.
At the beginning of that play, there was that crisscross right at the blue line.
That's what the Soviets do so well. They crisscross, they drop the puck, they cut in front of, they interfere with you, and try to throw you off and which check to pick up.
Now inside his zone is Stelnoff. Peter Stastny trying to control it inside the line, reaches back for it, but now it's out at center ice, and he has to wait for Mates to get on side and feeds it back into the Team Canada zone. Soviets leading 1-0 here. Lamelin leaving it at the side of his net. Coffey will start out with it to Huddy. Huddy at center ice now. Huddy ahead for Anderson, deflects it into the Soviet zone. Starikov is back there. Anderson's there as well. Anderson out in front of the net. Big check thrown up against the boards by Stelnoff. Coffey backhanding it off the glass. At center ice, Peter Stastny catching up with Messier. Stastny is tied up completely by Shepelev. Offside on the play, and we'll have a face-off. Soviets leading 1-0. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. The official scoring on that goal, Karutov from Shepelev at 10:57 to make it 1-0. Karutov's second goal of the tournament. That line has not really had it going too much, although they certainly been the main offense for the Soviets over the years. Here's Eisenman. Eisenman having trouble hooking the puck free at center ice now. Back in over the line is Koshevnikov. He's checked up against the boards, and Kevin Lowe comes back and picks up the puck and takes it behind his own net. That's his Vasiliev forechecking there. Bork. Lowe at center ice, drops it back for Ray Bork. Bork bringing it through center. Bork to the line, head for Bourne. Into the corner it goes. Pervulkin's back there. Pervulkin, number 5 for the Soviet Union. Around his net, and here he comes. Great skater, Pervulkin out to center ice. Cleared in by Vasiliev. Out of his net, Lemelin shoots it into the corner. Kevin Lowe against the boards. Bork pokes it free, and Bourne shoots it down the ice. Pervulkin back to get it. Forechecking as Eiserman is called on the icing. Face-off back in the Team Canada zone.
think an interesting stat to look at is the number of goals against the Russians have given up. They've only given up 4 so far in this Canada Cup in 4 hockey games. And the Olympics in Sarajevo, they only give up 6 goals in 7 games there. So they're strong defensively as well as offensively.
Well, you can go back even further than that, Carol. You can go back to the 1983 World Championships. They gave up 7 in 7 games there. So a goal a game seems to be about normal for them.
That's quite a stat.
Robinson can play the game so well in every aspect. Gregg, Robinson to Goulet. Goulet out past Gretzky to center ice. Gretzky gets it again, but he just doesn't get free. Now Sports off at center ice. He's checked. Gregg to Gretzky. Gretzky to the line. Feeds it through. Here's Middleton going in. The shot. He scores! Well, there's Wayne Gretzky's father watching all of this, and he's celebrating along with a big crowd here at the Northlands Coliseum.
Well, that's a big boost for Team Canada to get that next goal. Gretzky makes a nice little dump pass here to Middleton. And he takes a look. Tishnick comes way out of his net, but Middleton just slides it on the ice right inside the post. Middleton's a great goal scorer. Nice little pass by Wayne here. He takes a look. It went through the legs of Tishnick.
Gretzky draws the assist, gets a big hand here. Starikov inside his zone clears it away. The goal came at 13:03. Randy Gregg also draws an assist on that play as the puck is back out at center ice, and Yashin back near his line. We've got a 1-1 tie. Robinson getting it from Middleton. Gretzky ahead, trying to find Middleton with that. Middleton facing the wrong way to get that pass. Out of center ice, Gretzky intercepts it again. Clears it in over the line. Well, the magic of Gretzky works here early in the game. And Canada back into a tie. Gretzky, Middleton couldn't get that pass. Good play made deep inside the zone by Semenov. Semenov ahead now. It's Yashin over the line, clears it in front of the net. And Sutter picking it up. He fades back. Now around the boards. Canada on a change. Tonelli just off the bench, picks it up, feeds it back to his defense. And Coffey behind Huddy with that pass. Huddy trying to feed it through. Now gets it out to center ice. Knocking it down out there and working it right back to the line now. And being knocked off stride is Shepelev. Sutter off the boards, Sharutov. He shoots it in deep. Huddy's there. Along the boards for Bossy. Soviet starting to forecheck well. Here's the shot. Loose in front of the net. The shot over top of the net. As Wendy Lamelin made a tremendous save on Makarov.
Big break for Team Canada there. Makarov was in front of the net all alone. He took his time. Wanted to throw the puck up into the air.
This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
In the Canada Cup or the Challenge Cup in '79. These guys want to win, so do our guys. If our guys stay out of the penalty box, we can beat this team.
Thank you. Kevin Lowe at center ice to Bossy. Bossy at the line. It chops up into the air. Sutter gets it along the board. Sutter reaching back for it. Lost his balance up on his feet again and into the line. He comes. He shoots it in front. Bossy that time. Bossy collecting it against the boards again. Bork moves in after it. Bossy's got a little room now. Bossy shooting it in there to crowd in front of the net. Sutter reaching for it. Sutter in front. Bossy shoots it. They score! Tonelli!
Here we keep the puck, and the Soviets are trying to tie up our forwards. Tonelli and Sutter just keep working at it. The puck bounces loose. The goalie's down, and he just opened that to put it in.
Oh, that's that line again. Charlem Alley fighters earlier in this tournament, and I'll tell you, they are really tough inside the zone. Here's some of the tough sledding. They didn't have it easy in there either. And you see Tonelli putting it in right there. 2-1, Canada leading. Robinson, a Rick wide pass. Gets it back again on this side. Cleared in front of the net. Smitloff takes a hit. Robinson starts out now. Robinson, Anderson, Messier, Anderson, nice play, the shot, and he's just wide with it. At the blue line, Vasiliev out to center ice where Robinson knocks it down. Backing into his own zone, Randy Gregg. Bossy and Sutter getting the assists on the Tonelli goal at 15:05. Over the line. And the Soviets with Kasatonov being forced back by Peter Stastny. And he clears it straight up ice. It goes over 2 lines. It's knocked down. And Koshevnikov getting the offside, or at least the two-line pass. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, the crowd was silenced here by that goal by Karutov on the power play, but they have really picked it up since. And Middleton and Tonelli have scored, and Canada now in a 2-1 lead over the Soviets with 4:13 remaining in the first period at the Northlands Coliseum at Edmonton. Good tempo to the game, Darrell, as we look at the great one.
It's a great hockey game, it sure is. And some hard work in front of the net brought that goal about. Tonelli out muscling the defenseman, and Sutter doing the same thing, causing the puck to come loose.
Coffey getting the pass back in his own zone, forced to back up, and it's intercepted. Vasiliev throwing it in front of the net. There's the shot. Oh! Point blank range.
Shepelev was in all alone there. Bad pass here by Coffey. Throws it out in front. A great save by Reggie Lemelin, right out on the top of his crease.
You've got to have goaltending. There's two big saves in the last 5 minutes. Make that 3 as that shot went in from Skvortsov. Now behind the net, Skvortsov once again takes a check from Coffey behind the net, trying to dig it free. Middleton's in there in the middle of that, so is Barnikov. And it's Barnikov who collects it, but can't hold it inside the blue line. Fighting off the checking. Finally, it's hooked free by Gretzky. Gretzky brings it through center ice now. The lead pass, Middleton. He's forced back. Coffey shooting it in. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Along the boards it comes for Skvortsov. In there, Middleton. Coffey pinches in from the point. It winds up out at center ice now. Down over the line. Here's Barnikov in front. And that pass was just out of the reach of Semenov. Alley working in front, out in front again. And the shot is just wide by Semenov. And it's cleared up into the Team Canada bench. We'll have a face-off deep in the Team Canada zone. Prominence as a total hockey player in the 1981 Canada Cup. I don't think Rick would argue too much with that. He was a dominating factor. Here's a pass out of center right now, and Yzerman down over the line. Yzerman being forced away from the puck by Semenov. There's the shot that's just wide of the net. Lowe moves in from the point. Bourne shoots it into the corner. Gardner couldn't reach that, but Yzerman's got it. Back to the point, and Lowe is not in position to knock that down. He'll collect his troops back near his own blue line. Yzerman dropping into his own zone. Cleared ahead by Bork, and it goes by everybody down into the Soviet zone. There'll be no icing here, and Tishnik makes the play around the boards. Bork clears it rink wide. Now Gardner. Back forward is Yashin. Yashin out near the line, and at center ice now. Semenov shooting it in. Lemelin out of his net. Clears it along the boards. Bourne trying to get loose. Yzerman picks up the puck. Yzerman backhanding into center ice, and Bourne has got it there and feathers a pass ahead intended for Gardner. In his own zone, Pervukin. Along the boards, and at center ice now, Sutter. Sutter back near his line. Robinson ahead. It hit the back of Sutter's leg, and it's cleared back in over the line by Shepelev. Moving for the net there is Makarov. Shepelev moves in after it. He's being checked by Robinson, doing a great job behind the net. Takes him out of the play. Makarov looking for a man. Close quarters in there. Karutov back near the line now. It's backhanded in through a crowd. Shepelev overskated it. Bossy inside the zone. He can't reach it. Pinching in from the point is Zubkov. Zubkov with Karutov out in front. They roll it through. They score. Karutov. At great speed around the net. And it set up Karutov in front for his second goal of the game.
Soviets put a lot of pressure on our defenseman on our end here, controlling the puck. There's Karutov just standing all alone. Defenseman went down earlier on the far side, slid into the corner, taking himself out of the play.
Well, he just chipped that one up. Lemelin down on the play. Comes with a minute 30 remaining in the period. Karutov with his second of the game and third of the tournament. Out for Canada now. We're in a 2-2 tie here. That's Raymond Bork. Checking on the play as Vasiliev. Winds up behind the net, and Lowe's got it. Lowe working his way towards the line. Gets it ahead for Messier. Couldn't hold that pass, and Yamaev turns. He is knocked off the puck by Lowe. Peter Stastny drops it off for Kevin Lowe. Lowe for Bork. Bork shooting it in. Anderson moves into forecheck as it's picked up by Starikov deep in his zone. Lowe's got it at the point, shoots it in, a loose bouncing puck in front of the net. Nobody in possession. There's a big hit inside the blue line on Anderson, out in front. Here's a chance, backhand shot, rolls loose at the side of the net. Plenty of holding going on there. There's going to be a penalty.
Peter Starkey was pulled down. The rebound out there, he was trying to get to it. The Soviet player grabbed a hold of his stick and pulled him down. The referee was right there behind him to call it. Let's see if Team Canada's power play can get one here. They were very effective against the Czechs the other night. With 38 seconds left in the period, a big goal here for Team Canada.
The Team USSR penalty.
19:22, the time of the penalty. Gibayev off.
The time.
Interference is the call.
22 seconds.
Well, Canada on the power play for the first time. The goal, by the way, Karutov from Shepelev and Zubkov at 18:30 to tie it up.
At 19:22.
From the face-off, Coffey's got it. Coffey gets it back again, hopped over his stick as it was feathered back out towards the line by Messier. Now off the boards and clear giveaway at center ice as Pervukin brings it into the line. Stosny bumping up against the boards. They'll get that face-off near the Team Canada line with 21 seconds remaining in the period.
When the Soviets kill a penalty, they try to pressure you in all areas of the ice. They try to make you make a pass when you're not ready to. They do not give you time to set up. Therefore, cause you to make some bad passes.
Well, there you see Vasily Pervukin. This guy has played 338 games in the Soviet National League. He plays for Moscow Dynamo. He has only 44 minutes in penalties. Not bad.
Lady Bing candidate.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, we're a defenseman, too. A little different from our friend Mr. Colvin, who is the all-time active leader, or the active leader right now. Puck is cleared down the ice. Right at the Team Canada goal now as time ticks away, and that's it. Well, an entertaining first period of hockey, Darrell, and a 2-2 tie after the 20 minutes.
Well, very entertaining. I think Team Canada can be very...
Second period, Canada will be on the power play for a minute and 22 seconds. Krutov takes the draw, and the Soviets control back inside their own blue line. Cleared out through center ice now, and it is Canada on the attack. Cleared in over the line off the stick of Kazatonov. Goes to the side of the net. Middleton is in there forechecking. Gretzky intercepts that clearing pass out near the line. Now here's Coffey with a shot in a crowd. Goulet reaching for it. Winds up against the boards. In the corner, Goulet back behind the net now. That's Middleton. Can't control it. Gretzky gets it though, and he clears it back out to the point. Raymond Bourque the shot again in a crowd, but just wide of the net. Now at the point, Coffey fanned on it, gets it again. Middleton trying to get it in front for Gretzky. That was intercepted by Kazatonov. He clears it off the boards, but not out. Cleared again to Middleton. Middleton backhanding it in for Gretzky in the corner. Under some checking pressure there from Makarov. Cleared around the boards on this side. 32 seconds left in the power play as Bourque gets it in, intended for Gretzky. It deflected over his head, winds up in against the boards, and the Soviets take over. Coming out of his zone, Karutov. He shoots it down the ice. Lemelin leaving it for Coffey with 18 seconds left in the power play. Here comes Coffey at center ice. Paul Coffey to the line now. Coffey still with that puck. Still has that puck as he goes to the far board. Clears it in front. And unable to deflect it there was Sutter. Bossy's got it now. Bossy got the room. The shot right on. And the bad save is made by Tishnik, and it's out at center ice now. Svetlov clearing it in the corner. That's Gimayev. Along the boards, it's poked free, and it's center ice once again, Canada. Bossy chopping it into the Soviet zone. Sutter's out of his net. Or at least the Sutter is in forechecking. Puck comes back to Robinson at the point. He clears it in front, and trying to one-time it there was Sutter, but it deflected up on the handle of his stick. Here's Semyonov. Over the line he comes. Svetlov in after it. Gimayev in the corner. He's checked up against the board. Semyonov behind the net. Robinson. Larry Robinson at center ice. That lead pass. Robinson on the give and go now as it's cleared in, and Robinson will go deep after it. In after it as well as Pervukin. He tried to move it along the boards. Pervukin still in the middle of that play as Peter Stosny tries to strip the play as well. Now Tonelli kicking it loose. Tonelli out in front. Here's the shot. Now at the line, it's low, and it comes out to center ice, and Robinson will have to go back for it. Canada completing a change. Flipped in once again. Bouncing puck in on Tishnik. He clears it into the corner. Anderson's there. Anderson in front. Stastny's all alone, but they couldn't get the puck to him. Out at center ice it comes. Barnikov. Barnikov over the line. Clears it in front. It deflects by everybody. It's in the corner now, and Canada. Out at center ice they come. Messier, the lead pass. Hauled down at center ice is Anderson. There's going to be a penalty, and Canada will go on the power play.
Barnikov is back checking along with Anderson there, and he gives him a little hook, pulls him down. Really not in any trouble at all. Kind of a cheap penalty to take at that point.
Well, Canada on the power play, and there'll be a face-off directly in front of the Soviet net. Mikhail Barnikov off for hooking at 2:54 as you see it. Well, there you see Tianov again giving his charges a lecture, and he stands right in front of them. No way you're going to ignore him.
That's Still Scheuer, the liaison for Team Canada. He travels with the Soviet Hockey Club. What the players thought of Tianov, and he used one word. He said, very scared.
Peter Stastny out there now, along with Anderson and Messier and Bork, who has the puck and gives it to Coffey. Coffey flipping it in there now. It's wide of the net, and the Soviets take it out and shoot it down the ice. And I believe we're going to get a penalty called here on Team Canada. Anderson heading for the penalty bench. Well, that one gave Canada about 11 seconds of power play advantage. That is not a penalty that made Glenn Sather very pleased, I can tell you that.
Well, when you get those power play opportunities, you want to make the most of them, and to take a penalty such as that, I don't know what Anderson did here. A little interference from the face-off, the Soviet forward trying to get out to the point man.
I don't know about that one. Have to see that again.
Team Canada penalty to Anderson.
Yeah.
At
a little extra into that one. Shots and goal are even at 8 apiece now. 2-2 tie in the hockey game, and I think that both of those statistics honestly tell the story of this game. It has been very close. Oh, he doesn't let up, does he? No way you're going to drift off a hockey game he's running.
Well, they're a well-disciplined hockey club, that's for sure.
That goes by everybody down into the Soviet end. Tishnik, who finally cleared it off to Vasiliev. Vasiliev is wearing number 28. He normally wears number 6, which is the number his cousin wore with such honor for the Soviet team over the years. Valery Vasiliev. Gretzky deep in his own zone. Now the teams are playing a man short. Messier feeds it back against the flow, and Bourne circling in the corner. Bourne drops it off. Gets the return pass. He's out at center ice now. That lead pass is collected right at the blue line by Starikov. Ahead now. Koshevnikov. Koshevnikov to the line now. Koshevnikov trying to circle the defense. Blows right on top of him. Winds up behind the net. Now it's flipped out in front. Bouncing puck. Koshevnikov right near the line. Dropped loose. Out of center ice comes Canada now. The lead pass. Sutter's got it. Sutter clearing it in. And back to get it is Zubkov. Ahead for Koshevnikov at center ice. Starikov couldn't hold it. Neither could Karutov. Sutter's got it. Back into his own zone now. Going nowhere fast here as they play out these penalties. Coffey to Sutter. Sutter to the line. To Bossy. Bossy trying to force it away, and here comes the break. Here's Karutov. Coming back is Coffey. Karutov, his shot right on the rebound. And Bossy. I'll tell you, the guy that knocked off the net who played that perfectly, Darrell, was Paul Coffey. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, the Soviets are about to, as we take a look at that play, and again, we mentioned that Coffey played that perfectly by staying in the middle, and then he wound up in the net, knocked it off his pins. The wave just went by here and is going by again. And the Soviets are going to get a look at this for the first time, I guess. I wonder what they think about all of that. I know a kind of nonplussed-looking Czechoslovakian team the other night in Calgary.
They were stunned the other night. This looks pretty good from up here.
We've got a great view of it from way up above here in the Northlands Call. Look at. Take it off.
You got him to smile.
That's great. We've got a 2-2 tie here. 4:36 gone in the second period. They're trying to repair the net there. I believe they cut the twine. I think Paul Coffey did when he slid into the net. So they're repairing that right now. And meanwhile, the wave keeps going by.
Well, we have a break here, Ron. I'd like to say hello to my father-in-law. He's been sick in the hospital. He's been in intensive care for about a week. He just got out today, and I know he's a real hockey fan, and he's got a chance to see Team Canada play, and just like to say hello, and I'm glad he's feeling better.
I know he's enjoying this one. Well, fans are having fun in the Northlands Coliseum. And while they're still repairing the nets down below us, we're going to take another break. A 2-2 tie here. This is Levant's Canada Cup on CTV. The exchange of gifts at center ice between the two teams. This is very common in international hockey. Usually it's been an exchange of pennants, but a little different for Team Canada this year, as Canada's gifts to the visiting teams have been desk clocks made of green carbonate and quartz. They're made by Osane of Kirkland Lake, Ontario, and the Soviets and all of the teams here visiting in the Canada Cup will be taking home a piece of Canada. Very fine gift. Well, we're set to go. Karutov out there now to take the draw against Brent Sutter. Sutter wins it cleanly. Behind his own net, Paul Coffey to Robinson at the side of his net, being checked from behind there by Karutov, but he gets the pass away to center ice. Coffey, a hit for Sutter. Sutter with Messier cutting across, and I think he cut in over the line a little too quickly, and it's called on the offside. 6 seconds remaining to the Soviet penalty. 17 seconds left in the penalty to Glenn Anderson of Canada.
I notice Team Canada has been changing their lines quickly tonight. You have
4 league games in the Soviet Union. One of their great players plays for the Army in Moscow, the Central Army. Robinson, great story goes next to that kid. But right now, back to the play as Makarov steals the puck, and it's cleared rinks wide now. Chopped up to center ice from Canada on the move now. Messier comes down over the line. Messier tried to get the shot away, and that was Zubkov who got his way to stick in the way. Now out comes Karutov. Karutov ahead over the line for Barnikov. Barnikov trying to get set, but Anderson takes it up. Now the teams are at full strength. Anderson to the line. Anderson tried to sweep a run. Kasatonov, and Kasatonov got enough of a piece of him to make the shot go over top of the net. Barnikov, Karutov, drop pass by Makarov, and it's called on the offside. 5 minutes, 28 seconds gone here in the second period. We've got a 2-2 tie. Sergei Makarov, just to finish the story we started, his brother Nikolai played for the Army, and back when Sergei was about 10 years old, he sneaked him into the dressing room to meet his idol. His idol at that time was Valery, a hockey player. 10 years later, coming out of Chelyabinsk near Siberia, he was a member of the same team and a teammate of Harlamov. Over the line now is Yashin. Yashin is knocked down. There's going to be a penalty, and Canada is getting into penalty trouble in this game. You can't do that against the Soviets and expect to come out unscathed.
well, the Soviets, they have a good power play, and like I said earlier, you don't want to give them too many chances. Here's a little hook from behind. Really not in any trouble there. I think the defenseman had the guy angled off, but he had to call that.
Hooking to Gartner at 5:41. Well, Canada will kill penalties off, and you know, more than that, you're trying to get some rhythm to your line changes, to the way the game is going. Suddenly you're forced to put penalty killers out there, and penalties. Canada has picked up 4 penalties to the Soviet Union's 2, and the Soviets have scored on the power play. The first goal of the hockey game, Karutov scoring. Puck is cleared around the boards, and it bounces by everybody and forced back into his own zone with that puck is Pervukin. Messier forechecking as Pervukin behind his own net. Ahead, Semenov. Semenov checked away from him. Comes over for Letdinov. Knocked down as he crossed the line was Semenov. The puck bounces out to center ice near Gretzky. Gretzky fighting off a check, but reaching back very neatly was Billy Letdinov. In the center ice zone. Swinging back. Svetlov. Billy Letdinov. Over now for Pervukin. Pervukin to the line at center ice. The lead pass right into the skates there of Semenov. He gets the return pass now. Semenov in the corner. It's dropped back there for Yashin. Yashin back to the point. Pervukin. Billy Letdinov. The shot's right off. Rebound comes to Kevin Lowe. He doesn't get the clearing pass away. And Svetlov checked him. Now back near the line again. The Soviets. Pervukin. In deep now. Here's a pass right in front of the net. Good job as they were running some good interference in front of that net, but it was shot wide. Svetlov doing the job in the crease. And Gretzky on his knees clears it down the ice. Good effort by Wayne Gretzky. Back to get it. Karwukin along the boards. Sutter in deep. Tonelli unable to hold it in there. 40 seconds left in the power play. Sutter cleared out to center ice, and Robinson just gets it ahead for Tonelli. Now Tonelli hits the line and tried to make the move on the defense. Bielitsinov didn't go for it. Now here's Krutov. He's got 2 goals already in this hockey game. The lead pass for Makarov. Makarov over the line is checked away from him by Coffey. Taking a hit against the boards is Shepelev. Now the lead pass. Sutter deflecting it out to center ice now. Back toward is Zubkov. Over for Kazatonov. Kazatonov. Shepelev. Shepelev unable to get free of some checking out there. Now reaches back. Gets it to Krutov just inside the blue line. Krutov checked off his stick. Goes outside the line. Zubkov brought it back in. And it's called on the offside with 2 seconds remaining in the power play advantage that is held currently by the Soviet Union. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Father and son, Walter Gretzky, the left of your screen, the great one on his way out to take the face-off, the Brantford Gretzkys.
Wayne's seen a lot of ice time tonight. He's killed most of the penalties here, and he's played on the power plays.
Well, one would expect that. Jemayev facing off against Gretzky right now. Starikov shooting it in. Oh, the penalty is over. Teams are at full strength now. Canada trying to bring it out, but it goes right to Starikov. It's got to the head, but now it's stolen. In center ice, it's Gartner. Gartner's got good speed over the line, but Middleton straddling the line. Right, it didn't get in. Now big check thrown on Stelnov in there as Gartner got in. Cleared quickly to center ice now. Gretzky back to the line now. Hooks his way through. Varnikov had a piece of him. Now it winds up behind the net. Gartner's in there. So's Middleton to Gartner. Gartner back behind the net. Gretzky is hauled down. No penalty. Gartner cleared ahead. Bork moved in. The puck is tapped out to center ice. Turning with it is Kevin Lowe. Ahead for Middleton, who just deflects it down over the line. Gretzky trapped inside the line and came out and back in with Tonelli clearing it. And it's called on the offside. 8:29 gone in the second period. Still a 2-2 tie here. There's John Tonelli.
He's been very effective again tonight. He was the Team Canada player the other night against Czechoslovakia. Here's Wayne trying to go behind the net to get that pass. The Soviet has a hold of his stick. Wayne falls down, but I guess the ref thought he took a dive.
Sutter facing off. Bossy out there on the line along with Tonelli. Bossy gets it back to the defense. Canada setting up now. Huddy moving up. Trying to get it ahead to Bossy. He has to look back now, and it's cleared back inside the line. Coffey's got the puck out ahead, intended for Bossy, and that was intercepted. Back in over the line comes Vasiliev. Vasiliev on his knees, but he passed it over. Now Coffey out of center ice. Coffey to Tonelli. Tonelli's over the line. Tonelli with Bossy catching up, going for the front of the net. Cleared in front. Bossy couldn't reach it. As Billy Letdinov shoots it through center ice. Down over the line, Vasiliev. Vasiliev. Still with that puck now is Kushevnikov. Kushevnikov clearing it in front. Reaching it for it there was Vasiliev. He's got the puck now. Vasiliev in a crowd. Scores! And I don't think that Lemelin saw that at all. He did not move on it, and the Soviets have taken a 3-2 lead.
Reggie Lemelin did not move until the puck was in the net. The defenseman was standing in front of him here. I don't know that he was expecting the shot. There he is there. The puck in behind him. He might have ticked something.
Not much you could do about it.
Looks
like it may have gone off a leg in front, too. So it's 3-2. The Soviets leading. They have controlled early going here in this period, but penalties have hurt Team Canada. Now Canada coming back once again. At the line, they try to work it over the line. That's Messier. Messier unable to control it now. Svetlov over the line. Good move there. Yashin goes in. They score. Yashin set that one up. And the defense pitch again. Zubkov. And shocking suddenness. It is now 4-2.
Well, there was a beautiful play by the Soviet forward, Yashin. He catches Bork, hops over him, passes on the forehand, and that's what the Europeans do so well. When they're in front of the net like that, majority of the time they're on the forehand to let the puck go all in one motion.
Anatoly Semenov getting the goal. And Canada trails by 2 here at the Northlands Coliseum.
Well, that silenced the building a little bit.
The Team USSR
Now the shots on goal in this period. The Soviets have outshot Canada 5-1. The penalties have hurt. And there's also silence to Team Canada bench. They don't look as enthusiastic as they did a while ago, but let's see if they can get it going now as Bork shoots it in. Starikov down behind his own net now for checking. Check is thrown in there. Messier stands on it. Rebound, loose in front of the net. Messier's knocked down. Big pile up in front of the net. And out to control the puck was Tishnik. And we'll have a face-off deep in the Soviet end. That play worked by a check that was thrown by Messier in the corner, and then some work at the side of the net by Messier. As you look down at Igor Stelnov.
Messier was looking to throw the puck across to Stasny on the side of the net, but everything was closed in on him, and he couldn't make the pass.
So the face-off again in the Soviet zone. 10-10 remaining in the second period. Bossy out there along with Sutter and Pinelli, Robinson and Coffey. Shepelev taking the draw against Sutter. Shepelev kind of a stranger on this line between the two players from the Central Army. Makarov. And here's Shepelev now breaking down over the line. Catching up with Perutov. Shepelev clearing it right in. Shot it right on the goal. Here's a shot drifting over top of the net now. And Sutter up against the boards. Cleared behind the net. Robinson beating it off the boards. Sutter. And kept in now. Makarov. He's got Perutov in front. Shepelev as well. And Shepelev is the one that fanned on it. Now kept in at the blue line by Stelnov. Now cleared in front. The Soviets are beginning to take it a bit to Team Canada as Starikov at center ice, and the two-line pass is whistled down. Face-off again back inside Soviet territory. 4-2, the Soviets lead. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
From here in.
Thank you very much, Sam Pollock.
Face-off a couple of feet inside the blue line. The goals, by the way, Gemaev from Vasilyev and Koshevnikov, and then Simonov from Vasilyev and Yashin. Very quick and short order. 2 minutes apart, actually 2 minutes and 19 seconds apart. And here comes Canada now at center ice. Gardner trying to get free. Bork. Quick wide pass. It's a return pass now. Bork at center ice. And backhands it in. Trying to knock it out of midair there with Wukin. And it's finally called. And face-off will be back down in Team Canada territory with 9:05 left in the second period. 4-2 as you see it there. Canada had one goal scored against them. There's kind of that letdown when you're in a tie hockey game and you're putting the pressure on. You've killed off penalties and so on. And then to have the one goal scored on it, you've got to kind of regroup quickly because you can very suddenly find yourself with the second goal. That's exactly what happened to Canada. They trail by 2 now.
Well, that's what happens so often when you play the Soviet team. They can pounce on you and your little mistakes, and the next thing you know, you're behind and you can't catch up.
Steve Eisenman overskating it inside the blue line. Sportsov. Over the line now. Here's Gemaev. There's a shot from the blue line, blocked at the defense. Lowe got in front of that. Gardner flips it out to center ice, moving up on the play, but unable to control the bouncing puck with Bourne. And it's back inside now to Bilyaletinov. Bilyaletinov circles away, gives it to Serge Savard inside the zone. Out at center ice for Varnikov. Varnikov got to the line and no further as Lowe takes over. Lowe getting it to Bork. Raymond Bork with a good move inside the blue line. He beats it ahead now. A little skating rope for Bob Bourne. Bourne shooting it in deep. Gardner moving in. Tishnik leaves to the side of the net. That Tishnik will not play the puck outside the goal by all indications. Could very well have played that and helped his team out a little bit. Canada, but they can't control it as it's forced back out to center ice. Gardner completely tied up on the play. Bilyaletinov ahead. The pass for Varnikov. Varnikov to Bilyaletinov, but he put it right on Robinson's stick. And ahead and off a skate all the way down to Tishnik in the Soviet goal. Zubkov deep in his own zone. Along the boards for Yashin. Yashin, check, Goulet to Middleton. Middleton now moving in. Middleton flipping it ahead, and it's off a leg, and back out come the Soviets with Yashin at center ice. That lead pass, and it's kicked into the corner by Lemelin. Robinson ahead for Gretzky. It goes by him. Kazatonov back in his own zone. Goulet moving in on him. Kazatonov clearing it straight up ice. Goes off a skate, off a stick. Yashin collecting it at the boards. Gretzky moves back, picks it up, drops it off for Robinson. Canada now. Gretzky couldn't get that pass. They're doing a good job of preventing Gretzky from getting the puck in the center ice zone, and there was a good indication that Semenov deflected it away from him.
Soviets are checking very closely in the mid zones there. They're not giving Canada any momentum to get an attack going on them.
Well, Gretzky's out there with Middleton and Goulet now, and the Soviets have countered with a line that is centered by Sergei Shepelev, along with Vasilyev and Koshevnikov. Center ice, Gretzky. Gretzky along the boards, and Middleton, with a player trapped, has to send it back. Robinson. Robinson to the far side. He gets the return pass. And Coffey drops it back. Now Robinson at center ice ahead. Coffey moving to the line now. Coffey getting to Middleton. Middleton to Coffey. Big save. Loose puck in front. And Bishnik covers it up. Great two-way play there on a given goal. Coffey and Middleton.
There's a fine play by Paul Coffey. He comes up and acts as a forward. Sees Middleton across here. Middleton has a nice look here. Little tough luck for Coffey. Tishnik comes out well out of his crease to force the play.
It's a great play all the way around, and good room there for Middleton to make a play. Looks like they practice it, right, Darryl? There's Alexander Tishnik. Pronounced. I can remember him. He's unfortunately had the misfortune, or maybe the good fortune, depending on how you look at it. Here's a shot wide of the net by Bork from the blue line. It's kept in. Just to finish the thought, Tishnik has been the backup goaltender for Tretiak over the years at Army, which meant for some years he was playing 1 and 2 games a year. Here's Bork inside his own blue line now. Ahead, Anderson. Rink wide pass for Messier. Messier couldn't handle it at the line. Peter Stastny throws a check at center ice on Makarov. It's cleared back in again. Back to get it. Ilya Latinov. At the side of the net now. Here's a quick shot just wide of the net taken by Anderson. Now a chance for Canada. Stastny tries to dig it loose. Behind the net. Shepelev. At center ice now. Here's Karutov. He has 2 goals in this hockey game. He's over the line going one-on-one. And it's knocked away. Nicely played there by Kevin Lowe. Now at the blue line. Out comes Canada. Pass for Stastny over the line. Anderson will hustle into the corner after it along with Pervukin. Pervukin has it behind the net. Throws it right through Anderson's legs. Larry Robinson moving in from the point. Hooks it free. Now against the boards. Here's Stastny. Stastny getting into a crowd in front. It's stolen away from him as the defense tightened up. And back out at center ice, Makarov. Makarov dropping it into the slot now. That's Gimaev. Gimaev moving in front of the net. It's loose there. And reaching out is Lamela. Another shot through a crowd. Taken by Makarov. Zubkov shooting it into the corner now. Cleared out in front. It's loose there in the defense. Starts out now. Peter Stastny leading the rush. He hits the line. Stastny just stopping. Now feeds it in deep. Canada, I think, looking for a change here if they can get it. And on the far side, Sportsov. Sportsov chased by Tonelli. Hits the line. They both go down. Sportsov still with the puck in the corner. Clears it in front. It goes through everybody's legs. Varnikov was parked in front of the net. Back out to the blue line. Kazatonov. His shot is deflected up into the crowd. It's called for a face-off. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
A lot of these Soviet players are not very big stature, 5'9", 5'7", but they're built 190 pounds, strong upper bodies, and they're hard to knock off their feet.
Well, anybody who's had to check Karutov, and you've had the problem at times, Darryl, and I don't think I've ever seen him down.
Well, I saw Sportsov and Tonelli mix it up in the corner, and Tonelli went down, and Tonelli's a pretty big boy.
Yashin along the boards. It comes back to him and is kept inside the zone now. And again, here's that Islander line moving around now. Tonelli in against the boards. Bossy looking to try and dig it out there as well, but it winds up with it on the Soviet stick, and out to center ice it comes. After it, down over the line is Semenov. Semenov in front of the net, and unable to hold it was Svetlov. Now at the side of the net. Into the corner. Bossy coming out. Bossy checked from behind. Good job by Svetlov. Still loose in the center ice zone and cleared in. Back to get it is Zubkov. Shoots it ahead. Pass. Semenov to the line. Semenov had it checked off his stick just as he hit the line. Yashin having trouble under the checking of Gretzky, and it's cleared back in, and Robinson's got it. 4-2. The Soviets are leading. Pass out to center ice. Kazatonov. Back to the line. At center ice, Gartner shooting it in wide of the net. Hustling in after it, Bob Bourne along with Kasatonov. Here's Gartner. Gartner throws a check in there, but the loose puck is picked up by Stelnov. Stelnov shooting at the center ice. Unable to hold it out there with Skvortsov. Bourne shooting it in again. Play is kind of slowed down under the checking. Stelnov along the boards. Gartner. Gartner back to the point for Coffey. In a crowd deflected over top of the glass and out of play by Bourne in front of the net, and we'll have a face-off again in the Soviet zone.
Canada's having problem getting any kind of attack going at all. They're not crossing the blue line with any speed. Soviets keep one player back in the center ice zone, picking up the centerman or the free man and not giving their players any room to skate.
Canada has had only 3 shots on goal in this period, something that the United States faced in the game the other night against the Soviet Union, where they had 8 total through 2 periods and then got it going in the 3rd period. Viktor Tikhonov, brilliant coach of the Soviets. There's a shot by Bork that knocked down. Messier trying to get it in front for Stastny. That failed to work. And the Soviets at center ice now. Here comes Koshevnikov. He's knocked down as he hit the line. Varnikov there. And Canada. Stastny inside his line, starting out now. 2:54 remaining in the 2nd period. The puck is shot in. Anderson going after it. Picking it up is Pervukin on the boards. And out comes the Soviets again with Gemaev. Gemaev at center ice, forced back. Now tried to force it over to the far side, and in over the line comes Vasilyev. He's checked up against the boards. Now Kasatonov, or at least around the boards for Canada. That was Bork. Gemaev. Gemaev dropping it off. Koshevnikov at center ice. He manages to control it under some checking from Messier. Now in full flight, here's Karutov. He's been the Soviets' best in this game. Stripped away from him, and Stastny has it. Stastny feathering it to the far side. In comes Messier. Puck comes off his stick, and again, just no room inside the zone for Team Canada. Brilliant checking job, and I'm sure there'll be some adjustment made in the intermission period. Here's a shot off the shoulder there, taken by Pervukin. Collecting it is Gretzky. Middleton breaking loose. Middleton hustling after that puck in the corner now. Middleton stops, ducks away from a check, controls it, leaves it for Gretzky. Gretzky, Middleton's in front of the net. It comes back near the point. Coffey feeding it in deep, but he fed it right onto the stick of Pervukin. Pervukin has trouble controlling it. As coming back was Goulet, and he feeds it back to the defense. Robinson for Coffey. Out near the line, it is knocked down by Makarov. Karutov getting into the side of the net now, hustling around behind the net, feeds it in front. Nobody there who could put a stick on it, and out comes Canada. Gretzky at center ice. Gretzky fading to the far board. Gretzky with Kasatonov on top of him. Gretzky, good moves inside the line. Gretzky clearing it finally right onto a stick, and the Soviets break out. Karutov, a rink-wide pass for Makarov. Makarov moving in, trying to get around the defense, and it was nicely played by Lowe. Puck is cleared to center iceman, hopped over the stick of Tonelli. Back to get it is Starikov. He feeds it up on the boards. Less than a minute remaining in the period now as Karutov leaves it there for Semenov. Semenov along with Makarov. He gets the pass. Now Kasatonov. The shot is wide. Good heavy shot by Kasatonov. Lowe leaving it there. Canada. Sutter getting it from Bossy. Sutter shooting it in. Dishnik out of the net. Starikov is there. It's cleared around the boards. Bork digs it out against the boards. Looking for a man. Gets it back to the point for Sutter. Sutter in. Tonelli deflected it wide, and it winds up in the crowd with 31 seconds remaining in the period. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
The Soviets doing a fine job of checking the players away from the puck. Wayne Gretzky had the puck for a while there, looking for an open man, but nobody could get free for a chance on goal.
There's a deflected shot cleared away by Starikov right in front of the net. Yashin clears it out to center ice. Coffey intercepted it, and what have we got here? A penalty coming up. Roughing is called, and Canada is going to play a man short well into the third period as Sutter goes off. Watch for Sutter against the boards here.
I think it's a roughing penalty.
Well, I'll tell you, there could have been double minors there.
There should have been double minors. The Soviet took a swing at Sutter.
Well, Olsen is not a popular guy right now in the Northlands Coliseum. 1938, Sutter for roughing.
The two penalties Canada took earlier in the period might have changed the tempo of the game a little bit. They were little hooking penalties, the penalties that you don't want to take. Messier type of penalty where the good hard hit sometimes gives your team a boost and puts the other team back a notch, but those little hooking penalties, they usually catch up with you somewhere along the hockey game.
Well, the coach doesn't want to see him now. As see Glenn Sather at the bench. You know, the penalties are just, no matter what kind of penalties they are, the hooking ones are the ones that drive a coach crazy, because it usually is because the player has got behind or ahead of, and you're reaching back, and the only thing you can do is hook. Here's Tonelli on his knees. Yashin picks up the puck now. We've got 16 seconds left in the period. Time for one rush, and it's offside at the blue line. In too quickly on the left side with Semenov. Well, face-off outside the blue line. 14 seconds left in the second period. There you see Semenov, big fella, 6'3", 196 pounds, and just a kid, really. He's the captain of the 1982 World Juniors team that the Soviet entered, and has been criticized since for a lack of leadership, but he's just a young fella, and I'll tell you, there are enough leaders on that Soviet team.
Sure, he's going to see a lot of ice time with Colvin out and with Larionov out. Two centermen gone.
Starikov in the corner as the siren goes. Well, the second period is over, and Team Canada was outscored. Playing a man short to start the period, so the first thing they're going to have to do, first minute and 38 seconds, is kill off a penalty. Messier just crossing center ice and shooting it into Soviet territory, and that fooled Tishnik. He went the wrong way on the play, and this Canada couldn't take advantage. Now Gretzky behind the net. Messier and Ford checking as well. Kazatonov shoots it out to center ice and down into Team Canada territory, where Coffey will pick it up, and this will be an icing call while you're on a power play, and that will make Tiganov turn around and talk some more to his players.
They were caught sleeping there a little bit, but Zubkov come across there and slid in front of the shot. Gretzky had kind of a semi-open net. Zubkov blocked the shot. It's one thing when Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier are killing penalties. They think offense. They do get some good scoring chances. They score a lot of shorthanded goals in the National Hockey League, and I'm sure they'll go after one here if there's an opening.
Minute 14 left in the power play for the Soviets. Sutter is setting this one out for roughing. It was called at 19:38 of the second period. Messier against Shepelev. On the face-off, Makarov. Makarov starting out from in front of his own net. Makarov working on a line with Shepelev and Karutov. Over the line now comes Makarov, or at least Shepelev. Was chopped out to the blue line under center ice as Messier's got it. He threw it to an open wing. Nobody was moving up. He was expecting Coffey to move up on the play. Now here's Gretzky turning around and coming back. Gretzky to the line. Gretzky turning at the blue line. Gretzky flipping it over and trying to get set as Coffey. Coffey over for Gretzky. Gretzky moving in. The shot right on and gloved by Tishnik. He leaves it at the side of the net. Kazatonov. Kazatonov bringing it to center ice now with 35 seconds remaining in the power play. It's over the line for Messier. Kazatonov gets it again. Now in deep for Semyonov. Coffey picks up the loose puck. He brings it near the line. Can't get it out. Semenov's got the puck now to Makarov. Makarov to Semenov to Kazatonov. Kazatonov clears it to the side of the net, and there Larry Robinson. He fanned on it. Messier picks it up and shoots it down the ice. 15 seconds left in the power play. Tishnik out of his net. Just leaving it behind the net. The Soviets starting to move with it now. It's Pervukhin. Center ice. There, carrying it in and trying to force his way through. It's Svetlov, but he's checked on the play around to Bossy. Bossy deflects it out to center ice. The penalty is over. And a race for the puck deep in the Soviet zone now as Pervukhin touches it. Is called on the icing. Face-off in the Team Canada zone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Face-off deep in the Team Canada zone. Taking the draw for the Soviets is Semenov. Comes back near the line. Starikov checked it out against the board. Here's Tonelli breaking out. Now Tonelli with Bossy. Tonelli digging for the net. Lost possession of the puck. Picks it up. Out back to Bossy. Bossy had to go off a leg. Back near the blue line now. Kevin Lowe moving in. Clears it in front. It's deflected to the goal box. Bossy fanned on it as it came back out. Tishnik made the first save. Center ice, Svetlov. Svetlov in deep. He's checked off the puck. Now it's passed along the boards by the gloved hand of Lowe, but it went to a Soviet player. Now Tonelli picks it up out at center ice, past Bilya Letdinov, and Bossy's got it, and it cleared the line, is back in offside, so a face-off outside the blue line. 2 minutes and 23 seconds gone in the third period. A little more life to Team Canada here early in the period. And a good scramble in front of the net, a lot of good hustle, and Bossy. He was always dangerous in front of the net, just never got a handle on that, Darrell.
Well, there's Sutter and Tonelli again working in front, trying to get something going in front, take the defenseman out, but Bossy didn't get control to shoot the puck.
Out at center ice now, down to the line it comes. Shepella shooting it in. They score! Off the wing comes Barnikoff, and it is 5-2. Well, they came in over the line and very quickly got behind the defense. Number 19, Barnikoff.
Well, he makes a great shot there. There was again where Canada was caught on the blue line, a 2-on-1 situation. Soviet all alone, and they can fire the puck. They pick the corners.
They have caught Lamela a little back in the crease on that one as well. He didn't seem to have the angle as well as he probably would like. Here's Coffey now. Over for Robinson. It's 5-2. The Soviets leading now. And Robinson shoots it in around the glass. Canada now with an uphill struggle. That very first goal in the period. Going to make it very difficult for Team Canada. In against the boards. Gartner flipping it to the far side now. Eiserman is there against the board. And to take it loose, and it's flipped out to center ice. Now down over the line. And it gets set. That long shot is wide of the net. In against the board, Shipalev. Coffey. Schwartzhoff trying to dig it loose against the checking of Coffey. Along the boards. Cleared into the corner once again. Schwartzhoff trying to get it out. But it's Robinson who comes away with it. Robinson getting it out to center ice. There's nobody there. Robinson had to poke it loose again. And Coffey turning in his own zone. Coffey. Lead pass. And Eiserman couldn't knock that down. Winds up into the netting behind the net. And Eiserman digs it loose now. Eiserman turning with it in against the boards. Also moving in is Goulet. He can't reach it. Pinching in from the point is Lowe. He knocks it loose. Fighting off a check now is in there is Koshevnikov and Goulet, and also Kazatonov, who gets it behind the net and clears it off to the wing. Vasiliev shooting it down the ice. Lemelin way out of his net now. In there is Lowe to pick it up, and it's called on the icing on a face-off from the Soviet end. 5-3, the Soviet 5-2 rather, the Soviets lead. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CT. Berutov to the line, drops the pass. There's Makarov's shot, and he's wide with it. Sutter ahead for Tonelli. Tonelli up on the left wing board, makes the move. He's all alone in front of the net. And Tonelli shoots it. And down is Stechnik to make the save. Great effort by Tonelli. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Great individual effort here by John Tonelli. He puts a move on the defenseman to put himself into the clear here. Nice move. The puck gets away from a little bit, and he doesn't get a chance to get good one on it. Again, Tishnik out on the top of his crease, forcing the forward to make a play maybe sooner than he would like.
5-2, the Soviets need, and time is a lead. Time is a factor here, of course, now with 13:30 remaining in the hockey game. Canada needs a goal, and they need one pretty quickly here. Bork off the boards for Bossy. Bossy out at center ice now. Starikov back near his own line. Ahead. Yashin. Center ice trying to get to the line, and it's stopped. And Tonelli reaching for it just outside the blue line. Tonelli, number 27 for Canada. Get loose. Sutter. Tonelli. These guys just work. That's one thing they do. The work ethic is clearly there on this line. That's offside. As players were trapped, came out, went back in again.
Well, you certainly have to keep your head up when Tonelli and Sutter are out there, because they're banging and mucking, and that's how they create their scoring chances. Notice Team Canada, their defensemen are pinching a little more. They're going for a goal. They need one at this point of the hockey game. They really have nothing to lose, so they're going to try to create some scoring chances. The defensemen are pinching into the top of the circles.
I think he was trailing by 3 instead of leading this game by 3, and he just doesn't stop. Let up around him. Here's the lead pass, and a good one to Gartner. Third in deep now. Gartner moving in. Coming up is Coffey along the boards to pick it up is Schwartzhoff. Kazatonov moving across. He picks it up and shoots it down in Team Canada territory, and Robinson's back there. Robinson around the net. Robinson off the boards. Out at center ice now. Gretzky reaching back. He gets it. Gets a good pass away at full flight as he hits the line. And just unable to get free with Gartner. Now Gretzky shot it off a leg as Schwartzhoff was there. And it's Schwartzhoff at center ice now. Schwartzhoff over the line. Trying to get set. Shoots it in there. Steered into the corner by Lemelin. Moving in is Kazatonov. Checked against the boards. Bourne. Gartner. Kazatonov sliding it out in front, but it was stopped by Lemelin. Kazatonov gets it again. Out to the blue line now. Here's the shot by Zubkov. Well wide of the net, and Bourne picks it up against the boards. He's got a man floating in center ice, and Gretzky couldn't get the puck to him. Coffey behind his own net now. Coffey starting out. Oh, Coffey ahead at center ice now. Gartner hitting it in over the line. Zubkov. Gretzky ahead at center ice. Gimaev. And it slipped right back again. Zubkov inside his zone. Watch them crisscross, and it's Koshebnikov who gets the pass. He's tied up as he hit the line by Ray Bork, and it's Bork along the boards. Trying to get it again, and they missed the pass once again. Inside the line, it's Koshebnikov. Koshebnikov takes the shot right up on the chest protector of Lemelin. And again, Canada ahead. Messier at center ice. Messier with Peter Stastny lost possession of it. Bork moving up, and the Soviets in transition back over the line. Now Vasiliev and the shot on the short side. And the save is made by Lemelin. In is Bork to make the check. And there's going to be, it was gloved ahead, I think. The face-off deep inside the Team Canada zone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, there's the full story, and there's the worried coach, Len Sather, coaching in his own building here. Canada trailing by 3, desperately trying to get something going. Here's a shot that's wide of the net, taken by Makarov. And against the boards. And Peter Stastny trying to get loose. Still not. That shot is blocked by Kevin Lowe, sprawled in front of the net. Now Lowe picks it up in the corner. Lowe. Messier. Messier ahead. Peter Stastny couldn't knock that down. It's batted out of midair by Karutov. Makarov overskated the puck. Semenov now moving in now. Chepelev, the shot is off the arm of Lemelin. And again, Canada. They'll try. At center ice, Glenn Anderson. He's got that great speed. Anderson over for Messier. Just missed it. Just missed it trying to pick the corner. That's been the story for Team Canada. The chances they haven't been able to capitalize. Coffey at center ice. In the line. Coffey will try it himself now as he goes in, fighting off the check, and he is knocked up against the boards. Goulet, Coffey in the corner. After him is Semenov. Coffey still in there deep, getting some room in front. The puck is chopped free. Here's Coffey. The shot deflected right in there. Deschnick is down, and he holds on.
Well, some good work by Paul Coffey there, who's in behind the in behind the Soviet net, digging the puck out into the corner. He gets loose. He tries to walk out in front to take a shot. Some great work there.
Well, this is what Canada is going to need, Darrell. They're going to have to gamble, go on offense, and try and get back in this game.
Well, that's for sure. They have to get a goal here. There's only less than 10 minutes left in the hockey game, and they know they're going to play these guys in the semifinal round, and hopefully they can get something going in this last 10 minutes.
Now it's cleared through center ice. Coffey will go back into his end. There's icing here as Coffey touches it. And with 9:47 left, again, it's back to Soviet territory for the face-off. And down below, Eddie Westfall. Eddie?
Down here at ice level, it's very evident that the Soviets very well disciplined in their own end of the ice. The goaltender, Tiknik, gets a lot of help from not just the two defensemen in front of him, but the forwards pull back in to help out as well.
Now Wayne Gretzky.
You have to really respect the Soviets' conditioning. Remember in the Challenge Cup Series, the NHL Stars did not score a goal after the second period in any of the hockey games in that series. So, and here again tonight, it's similar things are happening.
Center ice now, Svetlov to the line. Svetlov getting that pass off to Kasatonov. Robinson right in on top of them. There's two great defensemen, two great veterans. Against the boards and around for Gretzky. Gretzky digging it loose, but it's kept in. Yashin turning and firing it in there, and Lemelin steers it into the corner. Goulet digging it out. There's Middleton cutting across ice. He knocked that down. He would have had a clear path. Middleton on his knees, flipping it into Gretzky. He's got Goulet in front. Out in front. They score! Goulet!
Goal at this time of the game. There's Middleton at center ice. Really works hard to stay on side there. Bounces the puck ahead. Nice play by Wayne Gretzky.
And for Michel Goulet, that's his third goal of the tournament. Gretzky and Middleton assisting at 10:52, and now we'll see what happens. Look at this effort. They just can't beat that. And there's the great one, feeding it in perfectly. Well, they need another quick one. Bork back near his line now to Lowe. 5-3 now. Canada still trailing by 2 as Bork comes out of the zone, gets it ahead for Sutter, who shoots it in now. Around the boards on the far side. They try to dig it out. Here's the shot, right on! And the shot is cleared away. First save made by Tishnick. Out in front they come again, trying to get set. Canada with the pressure on. His shot is just wide. What a great opportunity there for Mike Fosse, and he shot it wide. You won't see that too often. Now down over the line, and it's just checked away there by Ray Bork. Crowd starts to come to life here. Along the boards, Tonelli. Out to center ice it comes. It is Fosse. Fosse shooting it in now. Around the boards for Sutter. Sutter looking for a man, gets it back, but it went off a skate and sports off. Picks it up to center ice. Trying to get free is Barnikov. He's checked, and Peter Stastny comes back over the line with Messier. To Stastny. His shot is just wide. Robinson working it in behind the net. Fosse still out there. He's tied up on the play. Now it's Messier cutting into the slot. Messier on the backhand. Messier goes after it against the boards. Messier in the slot with Roode. Messier in front. They shoot. Oh, blocked at the goal mouth. Messier scores. Gonna go in front. It's still loose. They thought it went in the net. Their hands went in the air. It's cleared down the ice. Messier goes back to touch it. Icing is called. Incredible action around
the net by Team Canada. Here it is. Here. Soviet makes a great stop here. The defenseman. But here again, Messier has the open net. I think he shot the puck wide.
Oh, he'd hung onto it and stepped out a little bit, and he had the rummy to put it in.
Notice 3 Soviet forwards right back there. 3 Soviet players right back in the crease to protect that area.
Well, Canada has picked up its play. The Soviets, for the first time, seem to be a little out of order inside their own zone. And there you see Mark Messier, who was just having the best shift of the tournament for him.
That was an excellent shift. And Canada had the Soviets running around. And not too often you see that.
So the Soviets leading by 2 with 7:36 left. Stastny out there along with Gardner and Messier. And they're going to use Messier as the centerman now on a line with Anderson and Gardner. And from the faceoff, there's Messier. He goes in. He's upended as he went in there. In the corner, Anderson back along the boards, but it's kept in by Bork. Bork chops it into the corner. Here's Messier now. Gardner's in front, out in front, bouncing puck, and Tishnick is down, and he holds on, and again, it was Messier.
A great effort by Messier. Right off the faceoff, Messier pushes the puck forward. Earlier in the game, Anderson took a penalty. A little interference. The Soviet centerman tripped Messier going into the corner. Dag Olsen, I don't think he's giving Canada any breaks tonight at all.
Now follow the puck as it bounces around in there. Canada ganging the net, Darrell.
Mike Gardner was in a little tight there. But we keep this type of effort up, we're going to get a goal.
Canada trailing by 2, 7:21 remaining. Canada must have a win here. Messier. Look at Gretzky sitting on the bench. Now Anderson as Messier's kicked out. Anderson cleared right through the legs of the defenseman Starikov into the corner. Messier's in there after it now. Also in there is Gardner. Gardner behind the net now. Anderson. Anderson. Also in there is Gardner. He takes a hit in there from Gimaya behind the net now. Reaching for it, trying to get loose. There's going to be a penalty for holding. Canada will go on the power play with 7:05 remaining. This is Levant's Canada Cup on CT.
The crowd is pleased with that call. Gardner behind the net, struggling for the puck. The Soviet grabbing his arm, not letting him get a hold of it. Dag Olsen makes the call. He could have called a few more earlier.
Gimaya as the wave starts again here at the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton. Shots on goal in this period are even at 5 apiece. 19-15 favor the Soviets. Goulet has scored to make it 5-3. Canada needs a goal desperately here. Here's the shot. It's blocked at the defense. Starikov's down, but the puck is loose, and Canada's in possession. Knocked off the puck is Anderson. The Soviets bring it to center ice. Starikov's there. He's checked from behind, and Gretzky comes back. Gretzky to the line, and it's checked away from him, and he is upended as he went over the line. Gardner. Now Bork. To the line for Anderson. Anderson around the boards. Moving in is Gardner. But it's cleared behind the net. Starikov clearing him near the line. Gretzky moving in. He's got the move. Trying to to pass it on. Still has that puck. Gretzky, stop behind the net. Tries to force it out in front. The defense played it well. Now they jam in against the board. Gretzky is kicked loose behind the net. Canada desperately trying to get back in this game. Starikov jammed against the board. Being checked closely by Gardner. And Gardner took a check from behind. And the puck is covered up and will have a face-off deep in Soviet territory. 1:11 remaining in the power play. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, there's the story in the game. The shots there, as you see it above the score. 19-15 favor the Soviets. Canada trailing by 2 here, and they have got Sutter out there along with Bossy and Tonelli.
The Soviet forwards are doing a good job of coming right back in to their end, right back into the crease area to stop those little passes around the net that Wayne Gretzky likes to feed out to his men. Doing a good job of killing it.
6:16 remaining. Sutter facing off against Semenov, and they kick Sutter out. A little over anxious. Tonelli will take the draw. Now they kick both of them out. Or do they kick Semenov out? Semenov is out. They're going to have a defenseman take it. Vladimir Zubkov from the face-off. And it's loose in the face-off area. Sutter controlling it. Sutter under a lot of checking pressure, and he gets it to Tonelli. Tonelli behind the net now. Tonelli jammed in there by Zubkov. Cup pops free. Puck goes along the boards. Bossy steals it. Bossy can't get loose, and it's cleared down the ice. Boy, there's not a lot of room. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. 5:55 left in the hockey game as Coffey. Coffey starting out now. Coffey ahead for Tonelli. Tonelli up on the right wing. He clears it around the glass. Sutter going after it against the boards on this side. Sutter dropping it back for Bossy. Bossy battling along the boards. It's cleared out to Coffey. Coffey in front, and Sutter just couldn't put a stick to it. Robinson keeps it in against the board. They check away at it there. Svetlov is in there as well, but Bossy's got the puck. Bossy clears it in. It hops over the stick of Tonelli. He's behind the net. Out in front. The shot. It's loose in the goal mouth. And down goes Dushnik to cover up. My goodness.
Great play by John Tonelli right out to Mike Bossy, and that's the guy you want shooting it in the slot. He shoots it all in one motion here. It just gets on the, hits the pad of Tuznik. Tough luck for Team Canada.
Well, they have got the pressure on, and they just can't seem to get it in. 16 seconds left in the power play advantage. Messier comes out. Coffey, Bossy, Robinson. And I think Gretzky will be out there as well.
They have Messier out there taking the face-off. He's one of our best centermen on the draw. We have lots of time to get a shot away here with 16 seconds. Looks like Bossy's out on the point.
Bossy and Gretzky, how's that for a left side? Gretzky's playing left wing right now, and Messier is going to take the draw, and it comes back to Bossy. Bossy into Messier. Messier had it hop over his stick past Bilyaletdinov. Moving in now, they try to clear it away. It's knocked down at the blue line. Kept in. Messier against the boards now. He's got Anderson in front. Back out to the blue line. Bossy. Bossy back in now. Messier. Penalty's over. Cleared rink wide. There's the shot. It's wide of the net. Cleared out in front of the net, and out comes Tishnik to cover it up and hold for another face-off. The penalty has ended. Canada had its chances, are just unable to convert. 4:59 left in the hockey game.
Well, Paul Coffey had the puck back at the point. I don't think he realized the Soviet was coming out of the penalty box, and he had to hurry his shot a little more than he wanted to.
Well, there's Tishnik, the youngster, 26 years of age. Vladislav Tretiak told me a couple of years ago that he was going to be the next great goaltender for the Soviet Union. Mushkin kind of inherited the role. Tishnik hasn't had that much international experience simply because Mushkin has always been Tretiak's backup.
It would be interesting to see who they put in the semifinal game.
Here's a shot from the blue line that went off a leg. Rushing out after it there is Karutov. Karutov, and he is hauled down. No penalty. Oh, there could have been one there. Here's Goulet. Goulet to the line. He turns, clears it in over the line now. And it is Pervukin shooting it back out to center ice, and Bork picks it up just inside his blue line. To Lowe. Lowe. Back to Raymond Bork. Bork turning, gets it back to Lowe. Canada trying to get loose now, and they're being forced back by that line of Karutov along with Shepelev and Makarov. Out to center ice off the skate of Middleton. Middleton stick handling through a lot of traffic, and he gets in over the line now. Tries to get it over for Bork, who is moving up. And it was intercepted by Makarov. Karutov. Karutov cutting in front of the net with a good move, and he got a shot away, but it was off Lowe's stick, and that slowed it up and up, and out comes Canada now. and a rink-wide pass. Canada will make a change as Messier comes off the bench. Gretzky moving into forecheck. Yamayev at center ice, stopped by Robinson. Cleared back now. Turning with it is Messier. Messier clearing it ahead. Starikov, but it's knocked down, and Anderson clears it over the line. Messier breaking in. He gets set. He shot it, and he banned on it. And the Soviets come right back out to center ice once again. Varnikov. Varnikov working in. He's wrapped up against the boards. Squirts off. Varnikov squirts off again in that traffic behind the net. Coffey's in the middle of that. Players go down. And Anderson behind the net, sports off on top of him. Anderson pins it in, and we'll get a face-off deep in the Team Canada zone with 3:25 remaining. The Soviets leading 5-3.
Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Coliseum, and also Game 2.
Well, the man who has given Canada its spark here in the third period has clearly been Mark Messier.
He's had some great chances, and he's made a couple nice plays there. Having a little tough luck around the net, though. I think Wayne Gretzky's played a pretty good game for Team Canada tonight. He's seen a lot of ice time, killing some penalties, and he has 2 assists. I might have to pick him for the Canadian Player of the Game.
And who do you like with the Soviets?
Well, number 9, Krutov, has been a threat all night. He's got two goals. I think he's a shoo-in.
All right, out comes Lowe to center ice. It goes by everybody, but catching up to the puck now is Glenn Anderson. Anderson checking it into the corner now. He is tied up as they go in against the boards after that puck. They'll try and get the face-off deep in that end if they can. And didn't like that. Is that Anderson who went down?
That's Anderson. I hope he didn't hurt his back there. I guess he's okay.
And a reminder right after the game of the Labatt's Players of the Game Awards. Scrum in the corner there, Darrell.
Lots of fighting, lots of grabbing onto the sticks there. Punching and grabbing. Watch the Soviet trip him. There's those little dirty tricks we talk about that
never see that in the NHL, Darrell. There was Yuriek Yamayev who gave us that little bit of action. Number 18. Kind of an all-purpose player. They use him as a forward. They'll use him as a defenseman. He plays all 3 forward positions. Here's Lowe off the boards. Messier swinging back inside his zone. Zone 255. Lefty's forced back again for Lowe. Lowe ahead. Bossy couldn't reach that. Winds up in the corner. Zubkov back to touch it and is icing, and back into the Team Canada zone for a face-off with 2:46 remaining in this hockey game. So it slowed up again after Canada got it going a little bit as we look at Vladimir Zubkov. Big hard hitter. Played a few of these tournaments. Missed the Olympics last year because of an injury. It kept him out of all but 20 games in the regular season. Well, it'll be Semyonov facing off. He wins the draw. Backhand shot in the crowd in front of that net. And I think there was cleared out to center ice. Now Tonelli couldn't knock it down. Kasatonov clearing it ahead. And a check thrown in the center ice zone, and Canada regroups as Bossy gets it back to the defense. Low over for Bork. Bork circling away from some checking there by Yashin. Bork's got the puck now at center ice. The lead pass! Oh, just offside at the line as Bossy collected it there.
There was a nice chance for Mike Bossy. Cut in off the wing. Fed the pass through the defense, but unfortunately it was just a little offside. He would have been in cold turkey.
Well, there's Rajan Lemelin. 2:23 left in this hockey game. Canada really needs 3 goals. The question is, does he come out or does he not? I would say at this point, not at all. If Canada gets a quick goal, then maybe we'll see something. Backing over the line come the Soviets. Vasiliev checked by Robinson. Boy, Robinson's played another steady game. To the line. It's stopped there. And Middleton's got it. Middleton. Center ice. Gretzky moving down, but he was kind of standing still on that play. 2 minutes left in the hockey game now. Against the boards. Goulet moving in copy there. Middleton, he clears it out to center ice now. Back down comes Koshevnikov. Koshevnikov looking for a good man. And Robinson plays him up against the boards. There's Gimaev. He's checked. Goulet. And his net now. Goulet clearing it out to center ice, and Gretzky couldn't reach that one as it was checked away from him by Bialyaletdinov. Cleared back in again. Robinson ahead for Messier. Here comes Messier. He's been flying this period. Here he comes over the line. Great move! Kicked it! And it was just checked off his stick at the last instant by Vasily Pervukin, and he winds up in the crowd.
Well, that looks more like the Mark Messier that we saw in the playoffs last year, who won the Conn Smythe Trophy. He's actually taking control of this period. When he gets the puck, he can make some great moves. Created a few good scoring chances through this period. And we need Mark Messier flying like that going into the semifinal game.
Oh, you talk about your Labatt's player of the game. Off one period. You can look at Messier, but on a total situation, as you mentioned, Darrell, probably Gretzky, who's been out there a lot. He has played almost every role in this game.
John Tonelli's had a strong game, too. He's been working the corners. He had some great scoring chances, and he also got a goal tonight.
Messier will take the draw for Canada. Canada's trailing by 2. 1:23 left here. Messier kicking it behind the net as he was checked, trying to control it by Shepelev. Now, Makarov, center ice. Here's Karutov. Karutov just inside the line now. Third into the slot. Makarov, the shot. Oh, that heavy shot of Makarov. See where he scores all his goals. Karutov. Back out now. Messier checking it up against the boards against Karutov. And Messier and Karutov jab at each other a little bit right in front of the Team Canada bench. There you see time remaining. 56 seconds now. Starikov ahead for Karutov. Ahead for Makarov. Now down to the line comes Shepelev. Shepelev stops up. Backed up against the board. There's another slot. Starikov back for Karutov at the side of the net. Now clears it right in front. And a big check is thrown in there by Raymond Bourque on Karutov. Out comes Canada again. Gretzky, the goaltender's out of the net. They clear it in front of the net. Anderson moves in, comes back to the line, is chopped in front of the net. And clearing it out now with an open net to shoot at. Kasatonov ahead for Makarov. He shoots, he scores, and it's 6-3 with 19 seconds remaining.
Well, we know we're going to face the Soviet Union in the semifinal. We know we're going to win the Canada Cup. We're going to have to beat them.
Joy reigns supreme, right?
Yeah. Maybe we're better off playing them in a one-game semifinal. We only have to beat them once that way.
Well, there it is, wide open net. The 22nd shot on goal for the Soviets. Canada has had just 16. They've had territorial edge in this period, but has been unable to really find much room to get going. Over the line now they come. Bossy clearing it in front to the side of the net. Cleared right to the side of the net there by Sutter. And back out to center ice with 5 seconds left. Robinson gives Vasiliev a bit of a commercial for the next meeting. And the hockey game is over. Well, 2 goals. Just 19 seconds apart in the second period spelled the difference in this hockey game. Canada had been behind 1-0, fought back, got a 2-1 lead. It was 2-2 after one period, and then those 2 quick goals made it 4-2, and Canada just couldn't get back in there.
Well, anytime the Soviet Union gets a lead on you like